Ladies and gentlemen, in a world that's constantly buzzing with noise, chatter, and opinions, silence has become an almost forgotten strength. We are living in a time when it's easy to feel the need to shout, to be heard, to make our presence known. Everyone's sharing their stories, their plans, their opinions. On social media, in conversations, at work, in every space we occupy. But in all of this noise, what we fail to realize is the true power of silence, the quiet strength it provides. Silence is not just the absence of sound. It's not simply the space between words or the gaps in conversation. Silence, when used wisely, is a tool for focus, clarity, and control. In a world where so much of what we do is driven by the need for validation or recognition, silence is the antidote to the overstimulation that surrounds us. When you remain silent about your intentions, your plans, or your goals, you are practicing one of the most powerful forms of self-discipline. You're not letting the noise of others cloud your thoughts or distract you from what you know you need to do. Silence, in this sense, acts as a protective barrier between you and the distractions of the world. It allows you to tune out the irrelevant noise and focus entirely on your purpose. Think about it. How many times have you told people your plans, only to have them shoot them down, offer unsolicited advice, or even try to talk you out of them? The world is filled with opinions. The world is filled with people who are quick to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. And too often those opinions can derail us. But when you keep your intentions to yourself, you shield yourself from the negativity and skepticism of others. You create a space where your vision remains untarnished and pure, free from outside influence. There's also a certain power in unpredictability. When you don't reveal what you're working on, people can't form judgments, and they certainly can't criticize what they don't know. If you've ever had a project that you kept to yourself until it was fully realized, you know the joy of surprising others with something they had no idea was coming. That moment of revealing your work, when it's fully formed and polished, is often the most impactful, but if you'd shared it prematurely, before it had a chance to come together, it wouldn't have had the same impact. People might have doubted you, questioned your ability, or tried to steer you in a different direction. Silence, then, becomes the canvas upon which you paint your masterpiece. It allows you to create without the weight of others' expectations or judgments hanging over you. It gives you the time and space to perfect your work in peace. It shields you from the distraction of trying to explain yourself to others before you even have the chance to fully understand your own path. But silence also has a deeper psychological value. In a world that constantly demands our attention, silence is the space where we find our own thoughts. When we stop talking about our plans, stop explaining ourselves, we give ourselves the gift of reflection. It's in these quiet moments that we connect with ourselves, when we find the strength to ask the tough questions. What do I really want? What is my next move? What is my next move? What is the most authentic version of my journey? Without silence, without the space to reflect, we are at the mercy of external pressures, constantly reacting to the world around us instead of responding from a place of clarity and purpose. Silence also serves as a form of protection. By keeping things to yourself, you limit the opportunities for others to take advantage of your ideas or intentions. Not everyone around you will have the same intentions. Some may be genuinely supportive, but others may want to take what you've shared and use it for their own gain. When you don't broadcast your every move, you protect the integrity of your vision. So that's why in some instances, slow is better than speed. And you prevent others from hijacking your dreams and claiming them as their own. Your silence keeps your ideas safe, allowing them to mature in the private space of your mind before being exposed to the world. In the workplace, in relationships, and even in our social circles, silence is a rare but valuable tool. It allows you to hold back the urge to prove yourself, the need to always be on, and the pressure to share your every thought. Instead of filling every conversation with updates about your progress, you remain centered, grounded, and focused. This control over your words and your intentions can set you apart in ways that speaking can't. Moreover, silence is the fertile ground in which patience and persistence grow. It's easy to get lost in the race to tell others what we're doing, to be seen, to be recognized. But those who understand the power of silence know that what matters most is what you do when no one is watching. They understand that greatness is built in the quiet moments, away from the spotlight, away from the validation of others. In the end, silence is not weakness. It's a form of strength that many fail to recognize in the hustle of modern life. Silence is where your power is cultivated. Silence is where your focus is sharpened. Silence is where your true potential lies. When you stop seeking validation from the outside and start trusting in your own process, you open the door to true growth. And that, my friends, is a power that cannot be taken away. The element of surprise is one of the most powerful forces you can harness in your personal and professional life. In a world where everyone is quick to share their every move, their every plan, and their every success, maintaining an air of mystery about what you're doing can be one of the most strategic advantages you have. The more you reveal about yourself, the more predictable you become. And in a world that thrives on attention, predictability often leads to monotony, to being overlooked, or worse, to being dismissed altogether. The surprise, on the other hand, holds an incredible amount of impact. People love surprises. They love to be shocked, amazed, or awed. We all remember those moments when we witnessed something unexpected, whether it was a breakthrough in someone's career, an innovation in technology, or a personal transformation. Those moments stay with us because they disrupt the patterns we've grown accustomed to. They force us to see things from a different angle. They remind us that life is not just a series of calculated events, but a string of moments that have the potential to surprise us at any turn. When you keep your plans, ideas, and ambitions to yourself, you are setting the stage for this very type of moment. Imagine being someone who always plays their cards close to the chest, who rarely shares details about their next move. You become a mystery. You become a force that people can't predict. And that unpredictability is what makes you stand out in the world where so many are busy making noise. So what I recommend is that you share your dreams. The people and period come together. When you finally reveal what you've been working on, it's like pulling back the curtain to unveil something spectacular, something that no one saw coming. This is the power of surprise. What does surprise do? It captures attention in an instant. It makes people stop, think, and process. In many cases, surprise makes people reassess their assumptions about you and your capabilities, and it creates an emotional connection. Surprise is often accompanied by awe, excitement, and admiration. It disrupts the flow of what people expect from you, and in that disruption, they can see the true extent of your potential. In the meantime, if you take the time to read this book, you'll come to understand what the words mean. Consider this for a moment. If you're constantly sharing everything you're working on, every step you're taking, you rob yourself of the opportunity to catch people off guard. You become just another person trying to gain attention. But when you keep your vision private, when you let your work be the only thing that speaks for you, the impact is far greater. Today, this notion of balance is at the heart of heroism. People are more likely to be impressed, more likely to remember the moment when you show them what you've been quietly building behind the scenes. In a business or entrepreneurial context, the element of surprise can be a game changer. Imagine you're working on a product or service that you know is going to blow people away. If you're constantly updating your social media, sharing behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, and talking about your progress every step of the way, the impact of your eventual launch is diminished. People already know what's coming, and the excitement that should have been reserved for the big reveal is now diluted by a series of updates that have given everything away. But if, instead, you keep quiet about your progress, letting people assume they know what you're up to while you work in the background, when you finally unveil your project, it will be like a bombshell. It will capture attention in a way that you could never achieve through endless teasers and updates. People will be shocked, and they'll talk about it. Word of mouth will spread like wildfire, because they didn't see it coming. This same principle applies to personal growth, to the way you present yourself to the world. There's something powerful about quietly working on improving yourself without broadcasting every step of the journey. When you choose to reveal your progress only when it's fully realized, You show people that growth is not a show. It's not about the validation you get along the way. It's about the transformation that speaks for itself. This could mean anything from improving your fitness, to refining your skills, to learning something new. But when you decide to keep that process private, when you surprise people with the results, the impact is far greater than if you'd been posting every small victory on the way. Surprise also forces others to reconsider their perceptions of you. We all have labels that others place on us based on the limited information they have about our lives. But when you keep your plans to yourself and then suddenly show up with something unexpected, people are left questioning those labels. They realize they didn't know you as well as they thought. They didn't know what you were capable of. And in that moment, their perception of you changes. That shift in perception can be powerful, especially when it comes to relationships, whether personal or professional. People are more likely to take you seriously, to view you as a force to be reckoned with, if you can surprise them with the depth of your talent, your ability, or your vision. So, this ability to surprise isn't just about holding back information for the sake of it. It's about being strategic with what you share and when you share it. It's about creating an aura of anticipation, of not letting everyone in on your every move, so that when the time comes, the reveal has maximum impact. The element of surprise is not just a tactic, it's a mindset, one that empowers you to control the narrative of your life. You're not at the mercy of others' expectations or judgments. Instead, you are the one deciding when and how to reveal your true potential. Verse 7. In a world where everyone is constantly talking, promoting, and trying to make themselves heard, there is something incredibly powerful about letting your work speak for itself. The truth is, actions always carry more weight than words. In a culture that often values appearances over substance, allowing your results, your effort, and your dedication to shine through without the need for excessive self-promotion is a statement in itself. It seems what people want to hear. It's convincing to them. And it's not about boasting or trying to prove your worth through constant verbal validation. It's about showing, through what you produce, who you truly are. The idea of letting your work speak for itself is rooted in the belief that what you create, build, and accomplish will naturally garner the respect and recognition it deserves, without the need for you to shout about it. When you focus on the quality of your work and put all your energy into creating something exceptional, the results will inevitably speak louder than any words you could use. Your work becomes a reflection of your character, your dedication, and your unique vision. In many ways, the modern world has become overwhelmed with self-promotion, particularly through social media and constant updates. People are so eager to tell the world what they're doing, what they've achieved, and what they plan to do next. But in a sea of noise where everyone is talking, it becomes harder to stand out. The more you speak about your plans, the more diluted the impact becomes. People grow accustomed to hearing about your aspirations. But what truly makes an impact is what you actually accomplish. The reality is that no matter how much you talk about your goals, you won't earn true respect until you show that you can deliver on them. When you make the decision to let your work do the talking, you take control of the narrative. Instead of waiting for others to validate you or constantly explaining your intentions, you create something so undeniable, so powerful, that it commands attention on its own. Whether it's a project you're working on, a creative endeavor, or your daily approach to life, the quality of what you produce will eventually become the story others tell about you. The story others tell about you. And this story won't be tainted by fleeting opinions or superficial judgments. It will be a reflection of the results you've earned through hard work, focus, and discipline. The power of letting your work speak for itself lies in its authenticity. When you rely on actions rather than words, you're stripping away the unnecessary noise. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth, because your work does that for you. It's a level of confidence that doesn't need external validation, because your results are the proof you need. This approach allows you to remain grounded in your mission and avoid being swayed by the opinions of others. In any field, whether business, art, sports, or even in relationships, words can often fall short. They can be empty promises, overselling or under-delivering, and even manipulating others' perceptions. But work that speaks for itself doesn't require persuasion or explanation. It simply exists, and its impact is undeniable. People will come to see your value through the work you put out into the world, and that is the most powerful form of validation you can receive. Furthermore, when you let your work speak for itself, you build a reputation based on substance, not hype. The world today is full of people who can talk a big game but struggle to follow through on their promises. In contrast, those who quietly focus on their craft, pouring effort and attention into perfecting their skills, become known for their integrity and reliability. They don't need to boast about their accomplishments because their actions speak volumes. This type of reputation carries far more weight in the long run, especially in an age where people are becoming increasingly disillusioned with empty rhetoric. The best part of letting your work speak for itself is that it frees you from the anxiety of constantly needing to explain yourself. It allows you to focus solely on what matters, doing the work. Instead of spending time justifying why you're doing something or seeking approval, you can pour that energy into refining your skills, improving your craft, and pushing yourself to do better. This singular focus on excellence not only leads to better results, but it also creates a sense of peace. You no longer have to worry about pleasing others or satisfying their expectations, because the quality of your work will do that for you. Moreover, when you let your work speak for itself, it becomes a reflection of your journey, not just the destination. Every project, every effort, every small step you take in the process contributes to the final outcome. This is where the real power lies. In the small, seemingly insignificant moments of hard work and perseverance, your character is revealed. It's easy to talk about success, but true success is earned through consistency, focus, and commitment to your craft. When you allow your work to reveal your story, it's a story of discipline, persistence, and resilience. A story that can't be fabricated or manipulated. In the end, letting your work speak for itself isn't about humility or downplaying your achievements. It's about trusting in the process and knowing that the results will speak for you. It's about having the confidence to step back and let your actions reflect who you are and what you're capable of. When you focus on producing your best work, everything else will fall into place. The respect, the recognition, and the admiration will follow naturally. And you won't have to say a word to earn them. Your work will be your voice, and it will carry all the weight it needs to. Again, the audience is having a wonderful time. Unfortunately, we're on the road. Guarding your vision is one of the most critical yet often overlooked aspects of pursuing any meaningful goal. A vision is not just a plan or a dream. It's the driving force that propels you forward when the world around you is full of distractions and doubts. It's what keeps you focused on your path when the noise of others threatens to derail you. And while sharing your dreams with others can be a source of motivation, it's essential to recognize the importance of protecting your vision from the influence of those who may not understand or support it. The act of guarding your vision is not about secrecy or isolation, but about safeguarding the integrity of your goals, your ambitions, and your journey. End of chapter 9. From the moment you conceive an idea or set a goal, you must be aware that the world around you will not always be supportive or understanding. People, whether out of their own insecurities or lack of vision, can often project their doubts and fears onto you. They may not see the full picture of your dream or understand the depths of your vision, and because of this, they may try to discourage you or steer you in a direction that does not align with your true purpose. It's easy to let others influence your decisions, especially when they offer advice that seems well-intentioned. But the danger lies in allowing those outside voices to cloud your judgment, to make you second-guess the very vision that has been guiding you. Guarding your vision means having the courage to stay true to it, even when others challenge it. This doesn't mean rejecting feedback outright or becoming closed off to new perspectives. It simply means being discerning about who you listen to and how much weight you give to their opinions. It's about learning to trust your inner compass, even when it feels like others are pulling you in a different direction. The world is full of noise, and if you're not careful, it can be easy to get lost in it. But when you guard your vision, you are creating a filter that helps you navigate the outside world without losing sight of your true goals. Understanding your vision allows you to make better decisions that set you up for success, for your life, and for your career. In the early stages of pursuing any significant goal, your vision is fragile. It's new, it's unformed, and it has not yet been tested by time or experience. This is when the influence of others can be most damaging. You may be excited about your plans, ready to share them with the world, but the wrong feedback can plant seeds of doubt. A well-meaning comment or even a casual remark can derail your focus and make you question whether your dream is possible at all. This is why guarding your vision becomes so essential during these vulnerable stages. It's during this time that you must protect your vision from negative energy, naysayers, and those who do not have the capacity to understand the depth of your goals. However, guarding your vision doesn't mean shutting yourself off completely. It's about finding a balance between protecting your dream and being open to constructive criticism. There's a difference between someone offering advice based on their experience and someone trying to impose their limitations on you. The former can help you grow, while the latter can hinder your progress. By discerning who you allow into your process, you can create a supportive environment that nurtures your vision rather than diluting it. As you move forward, your vision will evolve and mature, and so will your understanding of how to protect it. In the beginning, it might have been about filtering out negativity, but over time, it becomes about strengthening your conviction. The more you work towards your goals, the more resilient you become to the doubts and distractions that come your way. Guarding your vision then transforms from a defensive action to a proactive one. It's not just about protecting yourself from others. It's about taking deliberate steps to fortify your commitment and remain aligned with your purpose, no matter what happens externally. One of the biggest threats to your vision is the temptation to compare your journey to that of others. In a world that celebrates instant success and the stories of those who have seemingly made it overnight, it can be easy to forget that everyone's journey is unique. Your path will not look like anyone else's, and that's something to be proud of. Guarding your vision means staying focused on your own progress without allowing the achievements of others to distract or discourage you. It's about acknowledging that your timeline may be different, but that does not diminish the value of your dream or your potential. Another way to guard your vision is by protecting your energy. The people you surround yourself with have a significant impact on the way you perceive your goals and the actions you take to achieve them. If you spend time with people who constantly criticize, undermine, or question your ambitions, it becomes much harder to stay motivated and focused. Compassion for others helps to regulate your emotions and ground you in reality. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with those who uplift you, challenge you in positive ways, and believe in your vision, you create an environment that encourages growth and success. Guarding your vision means being mindful of the energy you allow into your life and taking steps to ensure that you are surrounded by those who empower you rather than drain you. Ultimately, guarding your vision is an act of self-respect. It's about understanding the value of your dreams and not allowing them to be dismissed or diminished by others. It's about knowing that your vision has the potential to change your life and the lives of others, and that you are the only one who truly understands its significance. When you protect your vision, you are making a statement about your commitment to your own growth, to your own path, and to the future you are creating. You are telling the world that you are in control of your destiny and that no one else's doubts or opinions will define what you are capable of. Guarding your vision is not a passive act. It's an active, powerful declaration that you are the keeper of your dreams and the architect of your future.